Gesundheit. While waiting for this one, are we on with you, or so the sound is on, and yeah. Let's have a look at this one. Now, of course, I'm just going to spend a few minutes here. You can have a closer look later. This was something we did. It's not brand new, but it's still, actually, we didn't change that much those last 3 years. We changed a little bit. We did this map of the statistics courses that we give, with the red one being the basic courses. In the middle, that's where you have taken your basic course. We have different versions of basic courses depending on who you are. Now you're ready to take green and light yellow courses. The green, we call it the advanced. Don't be worried, they are not. Advanced just means they follow the basic course. And then the yellow ones, we call them more tool courses. So that's maybe not a clear distinction, but nevertheless. Tools are a bit more specific tools, and the advanced are more generic stats courses, you could say, following the basic course. One that I would like to make some commercial for, let me zoom in just a little bit here. I could zoom in a bit more. Here we are. I'd like to, first of all, put your attention to this one. That's a 3 weeks course in January that you can go and take up front now. 2441, Applied Statistics and Statistical Software. This is really doing statistics using R, following what you have learned here. Using R for doing real statistics on real numbers, on real situations. And a super teacher is going to teach it. Our main R expert is going to teach this course this time in January. So I can recommend that. If you are looking for a bit more learning real statistics, I mean the core of statistics more generically, then we have this course coming up in the autumn next year, 2418, Likelihood and Linear Models. It is sort of going through some of these linear models, regression, ANOVA, and more generalized versions, and putting it into the so-called something which is called likelihood, which I only mention in some of my additional math videos. Otherwise, we haven't touched on it. It's a more generic way of doing the whole statistical theory, but also still very practical course, learning new tools, new situations, new tools, compared to what you've learned. The same thing goes for the multivariate statistics, 2409. Running. Whoa, you caught me there. Running, I believe, in the autumn also. Twice, maybe? I forgot that. You can check it. It's going on in the direction of, it's kind of a generalization of the regression setting. Instead of having just an X and a Y, you may have an X and a Y in a set, or you may have an X1, X2, X3, X4, X5, or you may have an image. An image, what is an image? If you take like scanning images, or that is kind of a very, very, you have as many variables as you have megapixels, right? It's a high dimensional measurement, such an image. And you need some specific tools to deal with high dimensional data. Bivariate two-dimensional data, the regression setting is step one, but then you can have megavariate data. You can have thousands of such variables. Spectral data in chemistry, for instance, also NIR spectral data gives sort of such high-dimensional spectra. You need multivariate statistics for such things. And then if you want to go get the basic probability in place, we have the 2405, the probability course. It's a very nice course to take if you want to be good at stats, because it really gives you the foundation really to can deal with these things and understand these things. We do this course without the probability theory. At other universities, they don't. At other universities, you will see that those two courses are more joined together, actually. We have split it to say we can teach you a certain amount of basic stats without digging into the probability theory, really. and then making it a more applied course, less mathematical, less probability course. But if you really want to pursue this a little bit, to be sort of have more courses in this, I can recommend the probability course to also get the probability part in place, right? That was the basic courses. Then there are a number of tools courses, and of course I will not mention all of them. Let me mention at least a couple of them here. This one and this one, given by a splendid teacher also, a world-class man on these kind of things and a very good teacher. Statistical quality control and statistical design and analysis of experiments. This is sort of generalizations of the ANOVA thing, in a way. At least to a high degree, this one with the design. How should you really design such lab experiments where you want to vary different things? That is in the DOE course, Design of Experiment course, as we sometimes calls it. That runs both semesters, actually. That's a big course. Many people take it because it's a very relevant course. Quality control is a bit more specific on monitoring industrial processes, to having some tools that you monitor. And then when you go a bit out of control, you could adapt the process a little bit. This is using statistics really for how to monitor and control processes. And then I should mention just one more, I believe, to have us move on. I would mention this one because this is the only one among all of those I've told you that will be given by me, or partly me. This is a joint course. If you are familiar with the numbering, this is a DTU Systems Biology number, 27411. So I give this course also on multivariate data analysis, you could call it. Focusing on so-called biological data and chemometrics, as we call it, focusing on spectral chemical data. How can we deal with such multivariate spectral data? Extensions of regression and extensions of different things. And this is a more applied course than this one. This one here is a bit more mathematical. This one up here is very much for the applied customer. So we do things in software and try to interpret results. We don't dig into the math. Question?
What quite carefully is it recommended to have the green one before you go to the other one, or is it?
The question is, should you really take the green ones before you take the other ones? As a general thing, no. Sometimes, in some cases, yes. You can see, actually, it is to be seen by the arrows, actually. Like this one, and this one. You can see there is an arrow going directly from the red out there, meaning that you can take it directly now, based on this course. Then we may have some other courses. This one, actually, this arrow. Some try, and then they die. This is given by me also. This is, but no, they don't literally die, of course. Then here you should focus that this arrow, you really need something else to be able to survive. I can be a tough guy there, and when I'm supposed to. Mostly I'm friendly. Up here I'm very friendly. Here I'm less friendly. Yeah, that was, so there is no clear answer to all the courses. But those three, this, and this, yes, you can take it without anything else. And then we have other nice courses also in our group. And our neighboring groups in our department have other nice data analysis courses, actually data mining, machine learning, lots of nice things going on, apart from this one. You don't find a collection of statistics courses anywhere in Denmark as long as this one. So we're quite happy with that.
Sorry? The biological data course, when is that? Spring or?
The biological data analysis course is in spring, so starting in February. Good question, good point. Now, this was the part about the perspectives and the nice courses. I realize that probably none of you here, or then at least very few, are math tech students. We have most of our math tech students in our in our June 3 weeks version of our stats course. So of course, these are our major customers in these courses, but we do have customers in many of those courses coming from non-Mad Tech, and especially the ones that I sort of recommended to you here are very good courses for all of you. Many good courses at DTU. It's a shame you only have 5 years to fill out. And then with all the restrictions, you have a rather limited degree of freedom. But nevertheless, use whatever you have.